Government last month announced that they had struck a deal to utilize the Clico building on Yonge Street, St. George, through a lease agreement to house a number of courts. This announcement was made in early February by Legal Affairs Minister Kindra Matuin-Stewart. She told GBN then that an agreement between government and Clico through its judicial managers is being finalized.
At present, the parties are engaged in further discussions to basically finalize the logistics in terms of making that plant, that building available and suitable for accommodating the 4 courts.
The plan, government said, is to utilize the building for a couple of years to house 4 courts, 2 civil and 2 criminal. However, President of the Grenada Bar Association, Lisa Taylor, today say the issue of housing for the various courts in Grenada is nowhere close to being finalized, contrary to the announcements made by the Legal Affairs Minister.
At this point, we would have hoped that the lease for the intended space at Clico would be signed by now, and some preparatory work should have been well advanced in terms of outfitting the space.
Right.
We're not yet there. We had promised in January, when we signaled our dissatisfaction with the state of affairs, that we would be studying the situation carefully and considering all options, and that is where we are. There's a particular option we are considering very seriously.
Speaking on This Morning's To The Point with host Brenda Batiste, Taylor says the lack of adequate housing for the courts to function is creating a monstrous backlog. And while the court accommodations remain an outstanding issue, so too is the Supreme Court Registry.
What about the registry building, which I make no apologies? Every time I enter there, it is a sick building. The floorboards are literally threatening to... And you know, if you think I'm exaggerating, I invite any member of the public or the press. We know the situation with the volumes. I don't know why the business community is not adding its voice to this, quite frankly. This has implications for commerce and banking and every aspect of business in Grenada.
The Grenada Bar Association has been calling for government to address the status of plans for a Hall of Justice project, a concept which was first introduced 10 years ago under the former NDC administration. Last month, the local Bar Association staged a brief protest on the grounds of the Supreme Court Registry to express concern over government's failure to keep its promise to provide proper court facilities by the end of December 2018. The Bar Association president says the problems facing the legal facilities range from rat and mole infestation to radiation concerns. Cherry and Blackman Stephen, GBN News.